Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I have come again with a new topic, that is history of biology on page number 11. Kindly those students who have got books, open page number 11 and then watch out the video that I am going to make it for you guys. So we are going to talk about history of biology here, starting with the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficial of all. Before starting, I would like to say that may Allah saves us from such kind of pandemic diseases that's going through these days around the world. Ameen. Al-Tirmizi says the seeking of knowledge is obligatory for every Muslim. Al-Tirmizi actually quoted it. The seeking of knowledge is obligatory for every Muslim. By the end of the session, students will be able to know about the Muslim contributions in the field of biology, as well as they'll get to know about the non-Muslim contributions in the field of biology. By the end of this segment or by the end of the session, you'll get to know about these two things: Muslim contributions and non-Muslim contributions in the field of biology. So page number 11 and 13, we are on page number 11 right now. History of biology. uh, what should I say? I must say that history of biology, the first noticeable development in the history of biology occurs in the Greek period. इसका मतलब है कि यार ग्रीक पीरियड, जब हमारे पास ग्रीक पीरियड स्टार्ट हुआ तो ग्रीक पीरियड was the onset period of the development of biology. That in the Greek period, biology development in biology or change, there were much changes that were brought in the field of biology in the Greek period. Like if I talk about Aristotle, so Aristotle was famous in the Greek period for writing book Historia Animalia. If I talk about Carolus Linnaeus, so he gave us classification, that how to classify plants and animal. अगर मैं बात करती हूँ फ्रैटिस की, तो फ्रैटिस was actually the scientist who gave us who identified sex in plant. Okay, plant में male कौन है, female कौन है. So that all occur in the Greek period. ठीक है. But from 8th to 15th century, Muslims studied Greek and other literature. अच्छा, जो 8th और 15th century थी, मुस्लिम ने क्या किया? मुस्लिम ने स्टडीड किया, बायोलॉजी को मुस्लिम ने स्टडीड किया. मुस्लिम ने क्या किया? मुस्लिम ने ग्रीक लिटरेचर को स्टडी किया एंड देन दे प्लेड देयर रोल इन द फील्ड ऑफ बायोलॉजी. फर्स्टली दे स्टडीड द ग्रीक लिटरेचर, जैसे एरिस्टोटल का, लीनियस का, फ्राइटिस का, एंड देन दे परफॉर्म देयर ओन रोल इन द field of biology. Let's start with the Muslim biologist. The very first name of Jabir bin Hayyan. Jabir bin Hayyan is very famous both in the field of biology and in the field of chemistry. In biology, he actually wrote two of the books, Al Nabatat and Al Haywan. Al Nabatat was actually on the description of plants, and Al Haywan was the book of Jabir bin Hayyan, and it was all about description of animals. Let me clear one thing here. Okay, in your board examination, you have to write. There is question given to you that you have to write the name of three Muslim biologists who worked or who contributed in the field of biology along with their one contribution. इसका मतलब ये है कि बोर्ड के एग्जामिनेशन में आपको तीन अलग अलग मुस्लिम बायोलॉजिस्ट के सिर्फ और सिर्फ नाम लिखने होंगे और उनकी कंट्रीब्यूशन कोई एक. इसका मतलब है उनकी किसी एक बुक का नाम या वो किस चीज़ में स्पेशलाइज थे उसका नाम, बस. आई एम रिपीटिंग माई वर्ड्स अगेन. इन योर बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन you have to write names of any three Muslim scientists along with their one contribution. तो आप लोग कोशिश कीजिएगा तीन contributions याद करने की. इन केस अगर आप भूल जाते हो तो आपके पास एक बैकअप होगा. So Jabir bin Hayyan wrote books on plants and animal. प्लांट्स को अल नबातात कहते हैं और एनिमल्स को अल हैवान कहा जाता है, ठीक है। ओके, द सेकंड मुस्लिम साइंटिस्ट वाज अब्दुल मलिक अस्माई. Abdul Malik Asmai wrote books, that is Al Khail, Al Ibil, Al Wahush, Asha, and Khalaqul Insan. Now, have a look at these words. Al Khail, the Al Khail was actually describing structures and functions of the body. ठीक है, Al Khail was all about describing structure and functions of human body. जबकि Al Ibil was Al Ibil was all about horses. Al Ibil जो है वो horses पे लिखी गई book थी. Al Wahush was all about camels. He actually wrote down each and everything about camels in the book Al Wahush. Asha was the book that he had written on sheep and wild animals, whereas Khalaqul Insan was the book that he had written on human being. I am repeating my words again. Al Khail was all about performing and Al Khail was all about the structure and function of human body, whereas Al Ibil was all about parts of horses. Al Wahush was all about camels. Asha was all about sheep and wild animals, whereas Khalaqul Insan was the book of Abdul Malik Asma'i. He wrote it where he described human being. And Khalaqul Insan was the popular book among the Western experts in zoology. It means that Khalaqul Insan was the most popular book of his time. Ali bin Rabban Tubri. Ali bin Rabban Tubri actually wrote down books on Firdaus al-Hikmah. Firdaus al-Hikmah, and he wrote articles on philosophy, zoology, psychology, and astronomy. Philosophy, zoology, psychology, and astronomy. Astronomy is actually the study of stars, galaxies. Psychology is actually the study of brains, mindset. Zoology is all about animals, whereas philosophy is all about falsafa. Firdaus al-Hikmah. Ali bin Rabban Tubri wrote Firdaus al-Hikmah, where he actually gave us various things on the where he has written various things on the hikmat. In his book Firdaus al-Hikmah, he actually wrote down articles on philosophy, zoology, psychology, and astronomy. If I combine Ali bin Rabban Tobri's contribution in the field of biology, so I must say that he wrote book Firdaus al-Hikmah, in which he had discussed about philosophy, zoology, psychology, and astronomy. Abu Usman Umar al-Jahiz. His contributions were enormous. He wrote Al-Haywan. Al-Haywan was all about the animals. The word Haywan shows that he had written books on all the animals, especially about ants. So in Al-Haywan he discussed all about animals. Al-Farabi, Muslim biologist Al-Farabi, he was Hakim and surgeon of his time. His contributions were Kitab al-Nabatat, means he wrote books on plants. He also wrote book Kitab al-Haywanat, in which he discussed animals. Abul Qasim al-Zahrawi. Abul Qasim al-Zahrawi, he was again a Hakim and surgeon of his time. He was a well-known surgeon to remove urinary bladder stones from urinary bladder or from kidney. He actually worked on kidney, or he was specialist of kidney of his time. Ibn al-Haytham. The contribution of Ibn al-Haytham was Kitabul Manazir. Kitabul Manazir and Mizanul Hikmah. In these